for this afternoon in this event for the 800 meters. Up next, we're going to have the boys 5A classification. And again, we're going to have a spicy one to kick off the day. Lane number 1, Cooper Lutkenhaus, a freshman, looking potentially to grab his very first title here. Christian James with hip number 2, Eduardo Estrada with hip number 3, Anthony Zapata in 4, Devin Muwana in 5, Diego Pina in 6, Miles Redding in 7, Caleb Atkinson in 8, and Jax Bohinger is in 9.
We'll see how tactical this one gets, but Lutkenhaus comes in with a US 7 time of 150.8 from March at the Texas Distance Festival. He ran 153.19 at regionals just to pass through. He will be the favorite in this field, but it is his first time at a state championship, and he's going up against a lot of upperclassmen, many of which want to take it from him. So who will that be? Anthony Zapata, 153.23 at regionals, might be the best bet, but we got a host of guys under 155 here.
Absolutely. And Zapata, as you mentioned, was 7th in these championships last year, so comes back with a lot of experience there in lane number 4. There's just a lot of guys that are ranked in the top 47 in the state right now that are in this field. But even though Lutkenhaus is the youngest and maybe arguably the least experienced, he's been undefeated in the 800 meters so far this season. He's been very consistent with running 153s. As you mentioned, Corey, he's dropped that 150. He did that at the Texas Distance Festival. So I'm just curious to see, here it is, his opportunity. He might get close. That conference 5A record is a 149.41 set back in 1995.
But the freshman national class record's 149.87, so that might be the mark that we could be shooting here for.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, just 4/10 off of that, you have the conference record too. So there's a lot of potential for Cooper to really do something special here today. Right now they're getting ready to go. Keep your eyes out. Lane number 1 for Lutkenhaus, and let's see what he can do here today.
Zapata got out really aggressively from the start. I think he's going to try to make a point here through the break and try to take the lead from the start.
And as expected, Lutkenhaus up in the front. He's kind of looking around, doesn't want to get tripped up as everyone's kind of merging into lane number 1. He's kind of tucked in there, sitting currently in 5th.
Yeah, and he's run in packs before. I think this isn't anything unfamiliar to him. Now he just has to find a way to move out of it and get into a position he knows he can strike with.
Right now our current leaders are Miles Redding, the senior, with hip number 7, and also Caleb Atkinson with hip number 8, going 1-2.
And they are doing a great job taking this out with a pretty healthy first lap here. 54 high, it looks like, on the first opening lap here. Zapata and Lutkenhaus kind of right there in the back of the pack here.
You can see Lutkenhaus trying to move his way up into the pack. He's on the shoulders of Zapata on the inside, though, not the outside. Zapata kind of has them blocked in there, and Lutkenhaus is trying to make moves on the inside, but there's just not enough space.
250 to go. Lutkenhaus has to find a way around this pack, and he goes on the outside finally.
Oh, wow, look at this kick.
Look at this speed from Lutkenhaus here. In a moment's notice, starts to go on the rest of the field.
All of a sudden, a switch just turned on. He just started sprinting.
And this is the freshman sensation we're seeing in real time from Justin Northwest. This is Cooper Lutkenhaus, the high school freshman with the outstanding performances this season. He's going to win this 800 5A final with an incredible performance and possibly a freshman national class record.
Lutkenhaus all of a sudden just decided to bolt toward the front. Clocks a 149.84.
And that is, in fact, the freshman national class record for Cooper Lutkenhaus. Just an incredible moment. Very rarely do we ever see negative splits in an 800. He went 55.4 and 54.43, Olivia.
Absolutely outstanding. I wasn't expecting that. I was feeling like he was going to slowly make his way up, but all of a sudden, something internally just told him to go. It was like a bolt of energy, and he was just gone. Yeah. No one was able to respond to him.
I don't think that was his best race, but he had the best move of anyone, and sometimes that's what you need.
Hey, if that's the way to get a new class record and a new personal best, I say that's the way to go. Anthony Sabata finishes second with a 153.17. Atkinson will finish third, 153.74. Up next on the track, we're going to have the 100-meter hurdle races. So we're